Well, my nephew and my niece.
Oh, did they really?
Yes, okay.
Call meeting order. Nice to see everyone. Thank you for all the nice Christmas cards. And we're enjoying Christmas and the holidays. We all, I think, got a nice break. Most of us don't have 2 restaurants.
Amen.
Yeah,
At least somebody up here did.
that's right, there's 2
They
sides.
spent a lot of money on things.
Glad you guys are with us. I see a lot of, not older faces, but older faces.
Familiar.
You're always here. So let's start with a prayer, and we will pledge allegiance to the flag. Please stand without words. Father, may we always remember that your love is the most powerful, life-changing force on earth, and may we follow it to flow freely through us today and every day. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, let's start with, we have 2, well, let's not start there. I'm supposed to work.
I see. No, you're. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And it's rare.
It's a first.
It's rare.
Oh.
I usually jump where I want to jump. I don't even know where that is.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Before somebody here comes up and talks, tonight we're going to vote on scheduling the next election. We're scoring 5 on the school board who's represented for a couple of years. 2 years.
It's been a long 2 years.
My ward for 9 years. Short 9 years. But I just wanted to thank, first of all, everybody up here for those 9 years. Enjoyed serving with all of you. David and Bubba, you were there when I was a wee one up here and had some crazy ideas. You guys had me as the Lions. So, thank you. Appreciate that. And Melody, getting to know you and now seeing you on the council is a great transition and good thing for the city. And Sean, there's never a goal limit. Always enjoyed serving with you. I've enjoyed the 9 years, but I just want to, you all know here who I see at least once a month now, but it's been 5 years that I'm not going to run again. But I'm stepping aside. Just my job has gotten a little crazier, and it's been 9 years. So I feel like I've done my time up here working towards a better community for us. I'm so proud of everything we've done. Driving by this park, guys, everybody in here, if you haven't driven by that place during the daylight, but especially at night, now it's lit up. My God, that's compared to where we were, that's amazing. But everything else we've done, I'm just so proud of it. But it's time for some new energy, some new thoughts, some new ideas. And I think we'll get there with the right leadership. But thank you to all of you. You too. Carol, you've been there since day one with me too. So I just thank you guys, especially if you're supporting me here all those meetings and the newcomers comparatively who've been coming for years. It's been great to serve you all, serve the city. Jeff, I'll have more to say later, but I learned so much from you and Leslie that have made this job so fulfilling. You guys have stood behind me and helped me. I appreciate it. I told Dave there's 2 reasons there's more than 2 reasons I'm not running. There's 2 that really give me comfort. One,
Senator, can you speak in?
Sorry.
You're not old.
there's
Thank you.
yeah. That was a great frame. There's a lot of reasons, like I just said, why it's time, but there's 2 main reasons that it gives me peace to do so at this point. One of those is sitting to my left down here is Dave. So happy we found you. I continue to go around the state and I'm here to be the best hire we ever could have. But you have brought so much great change to the city that it's easy to walk away. And not that I was running or doing anything, but I couldn't do anything until we had you in place, and that you've done a great job. I appreciate that. And then the next part of this is who does to follow. And so I will stop there and just a little more to say later in April, but I won't be running. So there's your scoop.
Sonny, I do notice there's a little gray in your beard.
That
didn't exist before.
All great leaders have gray. I'm just trying to be like you guys.
Well, welcome to the team.
I love you all.
I should have, I don't know where I am. I was there. I just library.
None of you are embracing my hairstyle, though, so.
Well, congratulations.
You all work very much better, but anyway, yes, it's a different point in life when I started, it wasn't great.
We appreciate all of your service, and it's, you know, there's a lot of great things have happened in your tenure. I don't know, how many times were you mayor?
Three times, pleasure each time for me and not for some.
And we did a lot of things, you know, through privilege, and, you know, you and I have talked many times and have agreed and disagreed, but you know what? It's always, this council has always been positive and has always been above board, except for condos and uppers, but that's okay.
It's hidden a little.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't bring for those auditors, we can talk about it. But you guys have, you've always, you know, new people have come, and everybody kind of adapts and figures out that you're not really a political arm of anybody but a village. And I think that's the most important thing. And so, anyway, we appreciate your service, and we'll talk to you. We'll throw you a small party at some restaurant. So you want, as long as you pick up the tab, we'll be good.
You know, in 9 years, I've saved that $20, and that's $20.
So for those of you who don't know, Sonny's mom was a Spanish teacher of mine.
That's true.
Weirdly enough, at the basement of St. Eugene's, I think it was all conversational Spanish, and she was phenomenal. And that's how I actually know him. I didn't know him through politics originally, it was through his mom.
How was your Spanish?
That's still pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go to court with it, but just socially, I'm good.
I always tell people I've never gotten into court with mine, so that's just enough.
But you know, I really, truly, your tenure's been awesome. And I lived here for 23 or 24 years now. The whole city has rolled around, you know, and God bless everybody that did the work to get there. But if you haven't driven by it really is amazing. And it's something, it's exciting.
Yeah.
You know, and who would ever think that a little 10,000 person town in the middle of Oklahoma City would be exciting? But it's exciting. So that looks like a great wedding venue. I don't know about parking over here between the old folks' place and us. If we can put cars there, that is a great wedding venue. Because it's in the country and the cities. You don't have to drive. That's all I can.
Thanks.
Okay. We shall move on and we'll go into the community comments. First one being Rice Johnson. Would you like to step up to the podium?
Well, I just have some questions mostly. So, how many employees received the Christmas bonus?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
How many?
How many employees received the Christmas bonus?
All of them.
How many is that?
I can follow and get back to you.
Okay, is it 100?
It's below 100, but this is not on our agenda, so you're positioning us to violate the Open Meetings Act. Discussing something that's not on our agenda.
All right, so if there's, say, in the neighborhood of 74 employees, I'm guessing, but just making up a number. Okay, that'd be $18,500 that we spend on Christmas bonuses. Is the animal welfare position open?
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Okay, good, because Kagan is a great employee, and I hope that we're able to keep him.
We're not. Katie's left us.
Okay. Well, and on the side note, there is I was told yesterday by somebody that there's a raccoon wandering our streets. So you might want to make sure that the animal welfare guy knows that. It was seen on Sunnymead in Plymouth about, and the person that told me said that the other walker that he mentioned it to said, oh yeah, the people on our street are talking about it. So, let's see. When you all have the special meetings and when you're not able to finish, the city council meetings on the Monday nights, how are you going to inform the people about the makeup meeting? If you have a meeting that you said that if you have more than you can fit on a Monday night, and you have to have a special meeting to complete it, that you have a makeup meeting at some point.
Say it again, what did I tell you?
I have heard you say, and maybe I'm using the wrong terminology, that if issues come up that you can't fit in on the Monday city council meetings, that you'll have a makeup meeting for it.
I'm not aware of any time that we've had to continue a meeting because we ran out of time.
Well,
If we would have a special meeting scheduled, it would follow the requirements of the Oklahoma Open Meetings Act.
okay, and so,
Special meetings require 48 hours notice of posting.
okay, and so where is that posted?
It is posted on the display case right as you enter this door
Okay, so,
and our website.
and the website, okay. Thank you, and, so, just one more side note, you guys are doing pretty well tonight about talking up, but I have noticed Monday after Monday, a lot of the people here are turning to me saying, what did they say? I can't hear them. So if you would please be conscientious every Monday about using your microphones, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
We will do. That's good. Good point. John Allen?
Hello. Yeah, make sure this is on. Maybe it will come on. Never mind.
I tested it, but I think the batteries.
Yeah, it's
Speak
not.
up.
I'll be really loud, I'm telling you. Most of you all know who I am. I'm John Allen. I'm here to announce my official campaign for the Ward 5 seat. Those of you who do know me, I've served on the Planning and Zoning Commission for the last almost 6 years, I think it's 5.5 years at this point. So I think that my skills professionally as a project manager and my history with the Planning and Zoning Commission, especially the city, will offer a unique perspective to the council. And so I look forward to hopefully having the opportunity to serve with you all. And I welcome any comments, questions from you all or anyone else at any point. But I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Who's Ward 5?
Sunny.
Sunny?
fine.
It's, yeah.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know, I live like two houses down from Carol. So I have a great perspective as well from having this.
Carol knows.
Great relationship.
John, if you need her.
One question, if that's okay. John
Alan.
Allen, that's your last name?
Yes,
A-L-L-E-N. And, what? It's Ward 5?
Ward 5. Yeah. And my history actually ran into Sunny a few years ago. I was new to the village and I just wanted to be a part of the community and try to help out and do something. So I didn't know anybody, I was just doing something. I lost and he helped to get me appointed to the Planning and Zoning Commission, which I was able to help the community for the last 5 years, so.
Okay, yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll post on Facebook at some point and have all that out there, so, but yeah.
Good to know.
Okay.
Bye. Thanks, John.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you all.
Appreciate your time. Okay, we'll move on. We'll do the approval of consent agenda. From our minutes from last meeting, are there any additions, corrections, anything? No? I look good?
I'll make a motion to approve, item A and B of the consent agenda.
Wait a second.
Second.
Motion to approve by Sonny, a second by Melanie and David.
Yay.
Melanie,
Yay.
Sean,
Yay.
Bubba,
Yay.
Sonny.
Yay.
Okay, next would be the claims. I guess, does anybody have any questions?
Sorry, to approve it, I approve it.
Okay, pretty good. Then we'll move on now to interlocal governmental agreement with Oklahoma Public Employees Health and Welfare, OPEH, and DEMIC for health, dental, and vision insurance for city employees. And Dave, if you wouldn't mind listening with us about that.
Yes, sir. We have seen rising health costs through our broker of NFP, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, similar to everyone else. 20-some% this previous year, 20% the year before, projecting 20 to 30% this year. We have about 180 lives on our plan, so we are just not a very lucrative prospect for the insurance. So we visited with the Oklahoma Public Employee Health and Welfare, which is a non-profit local government intergovernmental agreement. It was founded by a handful of counties in 1992 trying to combat rising healthcare costs. They currently have 100 employers in their membership, ranging all of local government, ranging from counties, cities, I don't think they have any school districts, but some quasi-government elements and non-profit. So our cost savings is significant on this, and I have, but it's not just about the cost. It is about the enhanced features and benefits that this platform provides. They represent over 20,000 lives. This is Blue Cross and Blue Shield, which is the same as what we currently have. We plan to, because it's under Blue Cross and Blue Shield, we can basically switch to them before the end of our plan here. There's still some details to work out on that, but as you can see, the OPHW is in the blue, our current is in the red, and NFP just got bought out by Axiom, AI on income. But they are very big on preventative health. And if they catch something through a screen that saves you a lot of energy down the road, it saves them a lot of money down the road. They have a members reward, so the employees will go do screenings and they can get cash payment. They blow our current out of the water with equal coverage and less cost. Some of their benefits are medical equipment supplies that come and say you have a leg surgery, but you don't think to get a scooter until the day you're coming home. Or you break your legs and need crutches. These will deliver that to you overnight. Muscle and joint pain program. These are all private companies that they work with. Diabetes, blood pressure, weight and cholesterol programs, asthma, COPD, alcohol addiction, tobacco, vaping, opioid, weight loss, mental health. They're very big at several mental health platforms. Women and Families Health Program, wellness and fitness programs. Our deductibles are less. Our co-pays are a little bit less. In an apples-to-apples comparison of what we are currently paying versus what our rate would be for OPWH with the enhanced benefits. And yes, I put it the whole way down from there. Scroll down a little bit.
Wait for the computer to freeze out.
Yeah, check that out.
What an adorable family, and we're sitting park there.
Yeah.
Is that a picture of son?
Young
son on his shoulder?
Yeah, back when I had a backyard running around playing.
Luckily, I printed off some notes here. So, it's over $500,000 in savings for annual. OPHW is governed by a board of directors elected by their membership. 14 of those are from the original plan participants, and 1 is a member elected at large. They have open public meetings once a month to discuss their business. The plan is administered by McElroy Associates, which is a small firm in Hartsville, Oklahoma. There are 7 people that work for McElroy Associates. If we have a problem, We talk to one of those 7 people, or we leave a voice when they call us back as best we can. But we roll this out to department heads and employees. That's a very, very favorable response. They also provide the service for the city of Bethany. A lot of our people reached out to colleagues in Bethany. The main question that we got back to us was how soon can we start this? I'm sorry.
Was it 4 acres too?
They 4 acres in Bethany. So,
So they're specific to small municipalities.
county governments, cities and towns, a lot of bigger cities don't need something like this, a lot of small ones does. So it's the same as what, OMAG does our property insurance and works on, it's cool. We fund it based on what they project claims to be, and our rates are based off of that. This is a nonprofit, they're not out to make money, they don't pay a broker. It's a solid program that has been in effect for great history.
It's a non-profit or not-for-profit?
Not-for-profit, I'm sorry. Their rate history was, if I cannot get this thing wrong, I'm trying.
It really is.
It's the whole thing. That's great. We're stuck.
Oh, we
We're
really
stuck
was
on,
though.
we're stuck on the queue.
Oh, okay. I thought you were joking.
These two screens.
Is the other one up?
No, we just got a picture of the family.
The beautiful park.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Sunny's back there.
It's our button line.
Yeah, come see it, let me tell you.
Honestly, I was trying to put the national championship game on this one up here.
Busted.
Give me a second here.
This one's showing number 7.
Okay, thank you.
That's. Okay, now there we go. Ding, 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 ding. There we go.
Technology.
Close this down. Just pull up. And this is, summary of the rate history. Look at last year, it was 5%, year before, it was 9.5%.
Pretty
COVID, 2% for employee only, compared to what your national average is on the side. So this plan has stayed affordable. They also provide coverage, our current provider gives us coverage for employee only, employee and spouse, employee and children and family. OPHW adds 2 additional categories, employee and child, employee and children, employee and spouse, employee, spouse and child, and employee, spouse, child, children. So if you have a spouse and you have 3 kids, you pay a little more than someone that just has a spouse and 1 child. So it kind of expands that width of the spectrum that helps costs too. This will also save, or not just the city money, this is a good cost savings for employees too, the percentage they cover for their benefits.
You're making me eat my words today.
Because it's always.
We were talking to insurance at work, and we're going to start searching, and I said, you'll never find something cheaper or better in the insurance world than you might.
Well, like I said, this is local government entities, and it started in the 90s by counties that were getting out, smaller counties were getting out price. They do not advertise, they're not gonna have a commercial, they don't put up a booth at a conference. But it's, they don't, they're not actively out trying to add numbers. They did their research on us, took us about maybe 45 days. We gave them data they requested, and they came back and said qualified to join. So the intergovernmental agreement allows us as a city and village to join the program. And then we will work on when this transition will happen, make sure that, it's not going to be a flip the light off and flip it on the next day without it being noticed. But they've done this for over 100 local government communities. So anything that we will have, if someone having an upcoming procedure that needs to be handled, will be taken care of before we make that switch.
The employees feel confident their coverage is.
The only thing that I could ask is, when do we get, how soon does it start? Whenever I told the department heads to be on the agenda Monday night, majority of them asked if they needed to be here. Just saying, tempting, but just because it is very well received. Police and fire like something, both at the same time.
You didn't spoil the secret out that these meetings are so fun if they all showed up, so. I think that's great.
Any other questions from the council?
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Motion by Sonny, second by Sean and David.
Yay.
Melody,
Yay.
Sean,
Yay.
Bubba,
Yay.
Sonny,
Yay.
motion passes.
Number 6 on our agenda, consideration of resolution 1/8/2024A, calling for an election for city council member for wards 4 and 5, to be held on April 2nd, 2024. Have we had a conversation on that?
They will be seated on the first Monday in May, which is May 6th at 7:30 for the charter. This will be wards 5 and ward 4.
Part of the village.
And the magic part of the establishment.
Yeah.
And the filing period is February 5th through February 7th at the county election board, which is located at 4201 North Lincoln Boulevard.
It just,
State Farm.
did they just move? They just moved?
No.
No?
They've been there, right beside the closet.
Drive back tomorrow, I'll find out. Only reason I asked
But it's the 5th through the 7th at the county election, not at City Hall.
The only reason I asked is because my company moved them. So I guess they just haven't told them.
Yeah, but I go to a break.
Maybe it's like a turtle move, a little at a time.
Take your cashier's check, John.
Yeah,
$50 cashier's check for anybody interested.
right.
And then another $50 cashier's check to Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really making money now.
Yeah, boy, that's double what we get here.
No, just anybody running, that's come to me up before.
Hey, John, I didn't check last week. They do have the filing and registration fee listed on the website. I can't remember what it was, but I think it should be.
It is.
Oh, I think it's, yeah.
It's,
Should be,
it was 50 minutes.
but, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was last time.
There's a form, yeah, so.
And if you get a certain percentage of the vote, you get that.
That.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay, any other comments, council?
No.
I'll make a motion.
Comments, but that you want to.
Yeah.
We don't want
I'll make a motion to approve.
to. Yeah, second.
Motion by Sonny, second by David. David,
Yay.
Melody,
Yay.
Sean,
Yes.
Bubba,
Okay, yes.
Sonny.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Consideration of resolution 1/8/2024 regarding the surplus and disposal of obsolete city equipment and new people of these equipment, right?
Yes, sir. We have began upgrading firearms in the police department. The new Glock 9mm have the red new pistol age generation, and have an electronic red dot sight system.
Think we can get more for them, sell them on the street?
We could, but there's probably a better way to get rid of them. So we're gonna be able to trade them in on,
Okay, so what are we trading for?
from their Glock is manufacturer, the wholesaler where you're buying from is written on here, to GT Distributors of Austin, Texas. That's who we City Treasurer's Power Sure. So they will give us some trading value. I don't know what the value is, but once they are officially surplus.
But this standardizes everybody's equipment, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is an upgrade of standardized.
Yeah.
So
That's top of the line. The ball. Okay, any questions?
Is that the usual way, I guess, it's your first time with us, but, is this the usual way that they're, handled to be? Yeah, but is it usually a trade?
generally, when you're buying from them and you get a trading value for what they have, which they will refurbish and resell legally. And the other thing is that, we could sell them directly. I'm not sure who will buy, sell the pistols, but what concerns me is when we give them back to this manufacturer, they do not come from the city of the village to get to wherever they go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that we're not on the boat.
Yes, it is common.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they still have value, so this is common to get the trading.
Okay. Like I said, I was just curious if that's, something maybe your last, municipality, because it's all new to me.
Yeah.
So, I don't trade my weapons in, I just get them, so. So,
You're interested in acquiring some, weapons?
They got way too much kids.
I will say, you guys have watched one of the real life documentaries. A gentleman walked into a council meeting and started, making some accusations, and started shooting. So, I mean, it does happen, I mean, we're all aware of it. Sometimes we think it'll never happen in our area, but it does. So I'm glad somebody's prepared. Thank you.
I cannot have them.
Okay, any other, no other comments? Do I have a?
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Okay, I'll second that. Roll call.
Motion by Sonny, second by Sean, David,
Yay.
Melody,
Yay.
Sean,
Yay.
Bubba,
Yay.
Sonny.
Yay.
Motion passes 5-0.
Let's go ahead to reports. And let's go to the treasurer's report, sales tax report.
This is our report from the month of November. With holidays ending, someone had COVID and was out all last week, so whenever we get December's figured out, we will send it to you, we'll probably bring it back next month. Usual, unusual, you want to point out?
That was all good.
Sales tax report was collected with December's distributions through December of 23. We are above last year's, we're on projections. Sales is all use tax, sales and use all taxes.
October's a spike. That was a big spike.
It's, a lot of it has to do with how it's reported and when it's reported. It prepays, it doesn't, so we don't, as long as it's not going down this way for successive months, it's, we will have spikes, we'll have a dip. So the total collections so far, 4.75, is probably a little bit under halfway through the year.
And I will tell you, October is usually the month, I believe, that they're doing, the averaging, the averaging program kicks in, and so the percentages will go up.
Okay.
And then by, and NIC, ADC, NAIS categories. Questions? Jump over to,
Did y'all lose some of that? I saw it was possibly a question.
Your microphone is fuzzy all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. Is it still sound?
Can you hear it?
I do kind of feedback. I don't know. You trust God.
It was working just fine earlier, and now it's doing it here.
Let's jump over to the city manager report. Abigail was not able to make it, so she did email me her report. They are hiring a full-time children's library position that closes January 16th. They're doing a winter reading bingo challenge. It starts on January 1st and goes through February 29th. Adults who read or listen to 5 books between January 1st and the 29th of February will earn a library branded coffee mug and a coupon for a free ice cream, not your average chips, and the end of your drawing. For adults, their vision board, Visualize Your Goals program is on January 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. And they will be starting a new program on January 26th from 11 to noon called Homeschool Hangout. It's a casual program designed for all families who are educating their children at home, whether through traditional homeschooling or virtual. Citywide, as you've already alluded to, it just keeps looking better every day next door. It's down to small things, little things. A little bit more work to do up at the Village Green, up by the library, but everything's getting there. The outdoor fitness center equipment is in place, and we're watching people try to use that. It's really neat in the afternoon and in the evenings, people are pulling in, parking at City Hall, and getting out, walking around, or walking their dogs to new classes, so they get absorbed. I think the lighting turned out nice as well. Wayne Schooley Park has had some good progress done on it. Duffner is getting there. We're probably going to see a little bit of anticipated weather delays at Duffner, just from the weather we had moving in. But it continues. You see the progress improving there. Councilmember Bennett brought to us an ACOG as a grant opportunity that we're going to look at. It's for renewables and energy savings, and we're visiting with ACOG to try to find something that nobody else is doing, because it is a nationwide competition. And if we have 5, 10, or 46 communities in ACOG doing it, we probably want to try something else. We'll work on that. I got some information back from the Attorney General's office on the opioid grant. They have available. That is really looking at more for training, more for rehab, and more for professional services. So I don't know that we're going to expend energy to fill that out, or not something directly that we can benefit the community from through the city. So we'll probably do some letters of support with some entities.
I'm just curious, like, the numbers, what the police department, or the fire department, I guess, is dealing with the past year or two on opioids or on.
I don't have it off the top.
I
I
don't gather it's a huge issue in the village. I'm sure there's been some.
It is an issue everywhere, but it's, someone says they don't have an opioid problem in the country is lying to you, or having one outside of the wood. Meeting with the Hidden Village Homeowners Association on Sunday, January 21st, for their HOA bi-monthly meeting to talk about some of the items that they presented to us last month. I figured it'd be easier for me to go to them and try to reschedule or meet with 2 or 3 people that think they hear something that wasn't said. So,
What'd you say? I'm sorry, we couldn't understand.
huh?
I couldn't understand you, I'm sorry.
Meeting with the Hidden Village Homeowners Association on Sunday, January 21st. And working on our stormwater management plan that was due to DEQ in June. Don't be scared of that. Bruce hated it. I hate it too. We're working with Terra on their plan, because we're visiting with them on the 16th, and should have that submitted back to DEQ.
Does every city universally hate that?
Yes, especially over here too. That's where my house is pretty much developed, but it's okay. We'll make it through. We do have a creek.
Oh, now everybody else can go lobby the state and say.
It's federal. It's federal. Our next phase of the sidewalk plans, city engineer reviewed those and gave, we should be having those plans finalized by BWR Engineering in the near future, and then we will take a look at whether it's best to try to get those out for bid right now or wait until it warms up a little bit. Library roof, Terry Parker, the architect on that project, has got core samples of the roof and should be meeting with him later this week to start planning that project. Ryan Jacobson, lieutenant of our investigation police department, was selected, promoted to take Matt Butcher's place in the operations officer. Matt, who was the deputy chief when Ron retired.
Awesome.
they did his promotion ceremony last week, because it was best for him and his kids were home from school. So, we will be having a promotion ceremony upcoming for Chief Chris Brigham in the fire department. He's accepted the responsibilities and duties of that, and we removed the interim effective on January.
Will that be in our facility, that you do that, or how would that be handled?
More than likely, it will be in the station, but y'all will get an invite to it. He wants to make sure that his sons can make it, and his one son's actually in fire academy right now, so it might be a little bit down the road.
Yeah, it's a big deal, we'd like to be there.
And, I'll be January 24th to the 26th, I'll be at the City Management Association's Winter Conference in Edmond, and taking Kevin Reaver with me to that. Kevin was also accepted into the OMAG Leadership Academy for this year. Matt Butcher was accepted to the OMAG Police Leadership Development Academy. And I think we're trying to get Chris into another one, so trying to get some more newer leaderships and leadership experience and some people to meet. And the questions, I will work, next month is my year anniversary, so we'll probably have the executive session. for the
Sonny said you were
board.
like 2 months.
Oops.
Yeah.
I know, I was wrong, I think one had that, tonight's game might be one, but.
You really have been here.
February 15th will be.
That's
Yeah, fun.
Dave, who was moved up from Matt Butcher's old position? Who did-
Ryan Jacobson. We'll go to the departmental reports. We kind of rolled this thing out here. It did take me about a year to do this, but I didn't put our former one on. Our former organizational chart was very linear. Areas moved up and down, and that's just not how we operate. Our outer circle is a community, and so is our center circle. We're influenced by those that we serve. Our community consists of residents, visitors, and businesses. City council, boards and commissions and partners, and then facilitated by the city manager with help from the city attorney, the city engineer, administration, operations, and public safety to serve our community. And those departments all work together to get everything done. So I think we have this up on the new website, but instead of your structured hierarchical up and down organizational chart, we put it into a rounded because we truly do all work together.
That's awesome.
Okay, this was police department. We identified Ryan Jacobson's promotion to operations captain. They are doing testing for the lieutenant position tomorrow. I think they had 7 interested people from the department that are applying for that. We did have the police cars I mentioned that got hit, working an accident scene, no one was injured. We're working that with OMAG to take place. Sean, you think of a question?
No.
Oh, okay.
Point for myself.
Okay.
Well, the 100% of the officers trained on the mental health staff.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in the past. It's fantastic.
Well, and some of that CLEAT requirement, they have to, and it's, no,
Because a lot of places make it optional, just doesn't become a priority.
the Public Works, Tyler Weiss, when he found out that Kane was leaving, was highly interested in that position and has some good qualifications for that. I think we're going to see the same genuine care and concern for pets and owners. I don't think we're going to miss a beat on that. Kay was able to work directly with Tyler for about 2 weeks before he left for his new position. So it's been a very smooth transition. Tyler's pretty easy going, and I think it's going to.
What's the Cassidy score of the whole structure?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, so their Cassidy Square manhole was, we have an easement that goes under the rear parking. Back there, it is a private property with an easement on it. The concrete was crumbling, looked like it was crushing the pipe down. We had a camera. We also found a bad tap, just an older tap that wasn't septic. So that was replaced, and then it was a chicken or the egg, is the sewer line causing concrete or the concrete causing sewer? So we, after dealing with the property owner, just said, you know what, we need to fix our sewer line, we probably did a little bit more than we had to on the concrete work, but it's not going to crumble around we'll be looking at pictures of this. Someone else might be.
Where's that located?
That is on the
Cassie Square on.
west side of,
Cassidy Square.
the west side of Penn and north of Brisbane.
Where the old fitness center was and where
Oh, okay.
Abraham Lincoln is.
And again, I think there are 5 homes that are on that line, and it was a low-use, low-flow line, but when you find a problem for sure, you generally fix it for your best interest. Yeah. Community development, Ken Nelson really helped out with that. So the property owner wasn't willing to admit fault, but as we looked more into it, it was a chicken or the egg. We don't know which came first, but we're going to fix this too.
You know what, that's what I think makes us a different city the most.
It's common sense.
We can do it, get it done, keep business there and go on.
Still working on this permitting software. ACOG's been very helpful with that. I think we'll probably roll that out probably in March or April, but really just allows developers, builders, contractors to interact more with upload requests and forms and licenses, and should expedite our needs. Chris did get me his report. Fire department, I'll leave them out. Okay. Responded to their incident response this year for 2023 was up by about 8.5%. It's got a couple of good slides to show that a little bit better. They kind of went with his annual for the whole year. And the incident report for 2023 was 81 emergency responded to, average response time of 12:26, 59 transports to treatment facilities, but the average response time is, I wish that they could do this for emergency and non-emergency calls, because if you have a minor issue, not minor, if you have a less than emergency issue, they will take a little bit longer to pick up, but they will get you where you need to go. So, all in all, they're not going the wrong direction on services provided.
Can
No, you were going.
you were saying you wished, is that not an option? Is it not an
I'm
option?
sorry, as well.
You were saying you wish that those figures were separated out? Is that not an option about the emergency versus non-emergency or less than emergency? It's not an option.
I think EMSA would be able to do it for us, it might just be us asking, but in the list that I get to review, it has, I can see what is an emergency, and those times are significantly lower than what are non-emergency. So I don't think it really matters overall actual, it probably would give them a better appearance if they separate that out. There's a question.
Okay, Dave, is that, where it talks about the 81 emergency responses, is that for the whole year or just for the month of December?
That's just for the month of December, which is down low than the other months. As you can see by his color charts up here, the categories really did not change much. I think false alarms were down a little bit, fires were down slightly, but 1702 incidents in 2022, 1859. We've just seen an increase in emergency response ever since COVID, and we probably will for the next few years. Major Kenan Cooley was promoted from captain to major as a shift leader. Him and his wife are in that picture. Again, they love it whenever kids get down there to do a walkthrough and just eat it all up. And I didn't ask what the picture was on the end, but they were smiling at that box.
It looks like Doug was trying to blend in and act like a fire. That's gonna look like.
They bring that
You're really.
If you want, this was not in your agenda packets because Chris was very busy last week and gone for his Air Force Reserve duties over the weekend, but, the percentages of the types of calls are down here, and then every category, a response that we have as a neighbors.
And this is the fire department.
This- Yes.
It's about a 5% false alarm.
Yeah, about six quarters, but the thing is the technology that we have too, is that you get if something's low on a battery or a sensor, we run out there, so it's not a.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was like, God,
No, a lot of those are the automated alarms, and even when something triggers, they'll call out.
And a lot of people are looking.
Are we okay on, police and fire department? We have enough, we lost some in the place.
We will be hiring one more firefighter. We're getting ready. Chief Brady's coming up with a plan for interviewing deputy chief. He has 2 internal that are interested. He's going to bring a couple other fire administrators from some of the other communities.
So let's fill that slot.
Sit on the board, so once we fill that slot, we will hire, well, it will more than likely be one of our shift officers that will move up and let the veteran firefighter position. We will, and police, I think we will have one vacancy because of John's, we hired one because of John's retirement. I can't remember the filter or not. We did have a vacancy for Officer Avery, who did the early retirement, and I think he's got that filled, but I don't know if I don't think they're out of their field training.
Is all this information on the website?
If it isn't, well, let me, don't make me lie to you. I'll show you off our new website.
If you go to the agendas and minutes section on the new website, there are links on the agenda itself.
Say that again, start
I'll
over.
show you.
He's gonna show you, if you go to the agenda,
There's a
part of
link
the
on
council,
the
yeah, you can click links.
Click on the agenda, it'll show you this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are links in each agenda.
So if you, scroll down, we have a button. It says agendas and minutes. There we go. And you click on it right next to our consent button, too, go straight to who's here. Our agenda center, we list the most current meeting will be up front. So our January 8th meeting, that opens it, and generally,
It's the blue.
you just click on the blue hyperlink, and it will open that item up for you to review. Now, the fire department information is not under the reports, because I got it a little bit late, but I can get you a copy if you want. But everything that we present here plus is available.
It's very nice.
Will you be adding that? Will
And
you be adding that fire department, portion?
I would probably just rather email to whoever wants it, because I'd have to get in and redo some formatting, and I don't want to drop something that
Understood.
is there. I can add it.
Can I jump in? So while I was here, I was reporting a concern. So anybody that calls me with complaints, now, instead of me calling him, I just go on, it's real simple, you type in your info, say what it is, and then magically the next day through the internet gets to the right people.
Is that what the sirens were?
I don't know. Mine was an audit issue.
I did. And my other question was, when you were in that, I was gonna say, could you go back in that right quick?
In which one?
The website, we
Oh.
share this is, the meetings, the agendas, et cetera. Because I was gonna, someone was asking, where to start, you know, like, we're gonna have coffee, or that agenda.
Is that where they would
But
find it?
they would.
They can't find it, tell them to, if I remember to hit publish and save. Shannon's getting me trained. I'm good.
Okay.
Get there, he's learning, get tricks, it's next year.
Down to the calendar. Is that what you're asking?
Yes,
And there's the council meeting.
So if you click on, like, just click on 2 weeks from now, it won't be a meeting there, but I was just gonna see if, like, you just click on the date, it won't show that there's a meeting on that date. So, like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And, thank you, I will, I didn't get that updated because I don't, city commission, city council meeting. Yeah, okay, yes, it is on there.
Oh,
Well, there's,
oh, that's.
that's just a fill, but I mean, there's nothing,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that just says the meeting is February 12th at 6:30, just a notice, so it is on our calendar.
But,
Yeah, if we would have a special meeting, that would be on the calendar.
Okay, thank you.
So, any other questions? You want to go back over it one more time?
Sure, reverse
Backwards, straight forward, or ever?
Backwards in Spanish instead of by Sean.
There you go. We can probably do that. Okay, I would like to ask the council if they have any business or thoughts that they'd like to add here. Anything that's come up, or anything they want to talk about for you or your ward? David?
Not really, but I had reported a couple of months ago about the 911 problem with the car and whatnot. And it's the beep, the sound, the buzz, whatever is on the call. And I had been told back then that the thief were the only guys that were on television that were doing it well. Apparently there's somebody else, and they finally decided they waited long enough, and they've gone with the other company. And the early reports were that the bus is gone, and so the audio is functioning as it should.
Okay, and are you, did I understand you say you were on the executive committee now?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
That might say it out loud so everybody can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Of course, ACOG stands for the Association of Central Oklahoma Governments, and it's an organization that it's Oklahoma County, Cleveland County, Logan County, what's west? Canadian County, yeah, are the communities, and they have to join. It's not just since you're in our territory, you're in. They have to join and be a participant. And they manage our 911 system. Now, I will say 911 system, there's actually 2 911 systems, but the good news is they blend so well together that most people don't know. Oklahoma City has its own 911 system. And then Association of Central Oklahoma Governments have all the others, a 911 system. And that goes back to when they were trying to set it all up. Hey, we've got royalty that is just all right.
Well, that's, all right.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we're gonna wrap up the meeting.
Anyway, long story short, I'll cut all this. They get federal money for roads and bridges, and they have to project out 5 years and even 20 years to what their master plan is, and the federal government works with them on that. The other one that is not highly attended because it's the last meeting, a lot of people bail on it, but it's Garber Wellington Aquifer. The ACOG monitors water supply, underground water supply, if you will, in our aquifer, which is central Oklahoma, and keeps tabs on that. And they measure things for like how much salt's in the water and do research in that regard. So anyway, all of those groups, I've been selected to be on the executive committee overall. Each one of those has their own committee, And so I'm on the Garden of Wellington, and then they pick from the groups, the executive committee that oversees the administrative, I guess, elements, if you will. We don't do the hiring and firing except for the executive director. But he runs everything through us to let us know how the organization is running. And it's a real honor.
It is an honor. For those of us who have served on it, God, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
The honor and what you do.
It takes a lot of community. It does take time out of time.
It has progressed a lot since I've been here, so I'm very proud that you're there.
Yeah, and they helped us on the Britain Road project with the funding for Britain Road. And we're going to be talking to them about some other things. This is just me. I've talked with a couple of the guys about it, and gals. When we started doing this, the whole sidewalk thing, and let's try to get the next younger generation in, one of the deals is, as I perceived the sidewalk, is that we kind of got the concept of getting people where they could walk on sidewalks all the way over to Lake Hefner. But if you've ever tried to walk across that bridge over Hefner Parkway, it's a little, yes. And so I'm talking to them about, through Oklahoma Transportation, Department of Transportation, about either making a second walking bridge or somehow attaching and or being able to expand the sidewalks so that people like that are on bicycles, they're not like their wheels are over the edge looking down at 70-mile-an-hour cars going by, that kind of stuff. But then that would give us, I mean, we're working it so that people can get over there, but it's a big step to try to get that kind of money to build a bridge, but
We're really working too, to get people like Hefner over the village.
yeah.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, but it gives us access to all the amenities over there, and makes us more of their trail that they're trying to do around the entire city and stuff like that. We become a part of that.
We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
For those who did not know, Stan Alexander back there in the back, raise your hand, Stan. I think pretty much everybody. Stan is one of the longest active and now retired members of our council, and people always hold that honor. I don't think
they're close to it.
And one of the inside jokes was he always used to make us move along faster because he wanted to get home.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
just trying to outdo my retention
I'll
on
never
the
make
city
it.
council.
I'll never do it.
Yes, you are.
Physically or mentally.
We don't know. That's what we make.
No, see, how's our sweet Elizabeth doing?
She is doing great, thank you.
Okay, that's great. Well, we always, we can say that he set not only the standard, but he set our sights high. He was involved in a lot of the memory making that we have going on out here now too back in the day, so we're very proud of him. He comes back and visits us from time to
From time to time.
Melody, do you have something on your mind here?
Well, I was just gonna follow up with, you had mentioned that Hidden Village, meeting was Sunday, January 21st. Do you have a time for that?
3 o'clock, but I do not have that as a location.
Okay. Will I be able to request that at this time? Okay, I'd like to make sure to get that information. And then my second item was, I had a resident, my neighbor's daughter. She works for Homeland, not Homeland, Walmart, neighborhood market. It used to be Homeland when I first moved to the village, and before I even had my son, who was 29 years old. They're getting ready for something over there, and I had talked to you about it, but if there's anybody that knows how I can find images, pictures of the Homeland when it was located at the site where the neighborhood market is now.
Go to Friday paper.
Wonderful.
Friday paper.
I hope, look, they're volunteering, you hope. I would love to give it.
No, they have a whole section of all the newspapers. He was there with us and Bruce.
When they opened it.
And you can go in and they let us look all day. That's every single edition, and you'll find all kinds of pictures.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so, well, that was my homework. That was my main homework, you know, when residents come to you and ask you to see if you can help locate something. I mean, and I'm Google queen. I Googled, and I could not find anything, so, thank you, and, that's it for me.
The only thing I have is I am excited to do yoga on our AstroTurf up by the library. That thing is really a nice setup, and for anybody that lives around there, even over at the formerly known as the Statesman, it's a short walk to go over where we can either do stuff next door to City Hall if you want that out your window, or, you know, some Tai Chi and yoga could be done over there every single day outdoors once it starts moving. And you can build little weights if you want, but that is nice. Now, that is impressive.
Can you do pitch and putt there as well?
I don't think so, but you know, we can figure out a way to get something going there.
Yeah.
It's good AstroTurf, that's all I got.
I can have a funny way around it. Get the people going over there with a little kitchen butt. Let me tell you. Couple of notes. One is about the marathon in April, the OKC Memorial Marathon. They reached out to me. I talked to them. They want the village to get some volunteers together, about 60 people, to be course marshals. And so these are people who will help the police department not walk off Britain Road as they cut through the neighborhood south of Britain, just to stand at those intersections and wave people through, and also to be along that route to cheer people on. This is the halfway point in the marathon, so it's important to get some activity and people out there saying, doing something I can do. But I've done it on Britain Road. I'll sign up to be a marshal this year. If you guys haven't been out for that event, it's a lot of fun. It's not too early to start. You're out there probably no later than 8 in the morning on Sunday by the time they get here. And it's only a couple of hours that you'll be out there, but you'll get 2 free Thunder tickets and some other stuff. They're gonna send me a link and a t-shirt.
No whistle flies.
Yes, I think, yeah. So anyway, I would encourage the council to consider signing up to do that. Consider you all out there to do that, anybody watching or listening, and I'll put some more info out, we're gonna put it on the Facebook page, I think. Did you talk to them at all?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Do you have anything to add to that? I mean,
I think you'd be out there at 6 or 6:30, because they want everyone to be in place when it starts.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
she told me, she was like, that's an early start for you guys out there.
That's
So,
what I kind of
yeah.
too. Yeah, we're pushing that, and we'll drive some employees and some staff.
Great.
Sonny, when is the marathon?
That's a great question.
April 20.
What details?
Sunday.
Let me find it. Hold on. I think I got it here. 21st.
I think Sunday, April 21st.
Okay.
So it's a lot of fun. The mornings are usually pretty cool out there, and it's fun to see the runners and cheer for them. And you see the professional runners all the way to the crazy people running without shoes. Are you doing it?
I'll be running the leg of it.
There you go. Are you gonna do the village leg?
I'm gonna see.
It's long. It's 10 miles. It's the longest one.
Yeah, we got a whole team doing it relays.
Okay.
Good. We did.
Did you do it?
My leg started at Chase Bank
Yeah.
to downtown.
It's a long.
So far, I've trained 2 miles in Park Element times. I got 3-1.
You got time.
It's a week past that, it'll be the April 28th.
John, you're gonna be.
Oh, it's April 28th.
No, I'm.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna be walking around knocking so many doors. You're gonna be.
April 28th.
April 28th. Yeah. It's
26th to the 28th.
You know, Sean and I
I'm
kind
number 1 volunteer.
You what?
of, Sean and I kind of, historically, we've done a clean up Britain Road.
Right. Yeah.
The weekend before, from Waverly to Penn. You'd be surprised how many cigarettes.
So we'll push some stuff out about that opportunity too, volunteering on Sunday, but it's the most positive thing you can be a part of in Oklahoma City, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so it takes us all to be out there. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna circle back on the MSIG conversation. I did have a pretty interesting conversation with the fire chief from Oklahoma City. He's a co-chair for a leadership class adjacent. He and I spent a day together talking. And anyway, I asked him about, them getting their own EMS trucks, there's probably gonna be about 9 of them, I think, somewhere around there, if you heard this whole thing. I'm not advocating for the village to do that, by the way, so.
Later,
It's like, what are you gonna say?
from what they ordered versus what they're receiving, the time frame that would take, no one really knows. They have been recruiting and hiring since July. And it has been designed to augment and supplement the
Yes.
existing force out there. They will not be firefighters, it will be a separate department, but to enhance the public safety.
Yes.
It's still, a lot of it depends on
Staffing.
when they're gonna get these in and staffing, so it's, a lot hasn't came out officially.
Yeah.
They're looking at augmenting services.
He said staffing issue, but from him and some other conversations I've had with people that previously were engaged with IMSA or others have adjacent to that, I do hope, and I think everybody's sincere hope is that Oklahoma City augmenting that service will help cities like the Village and Bethany and everybody else get some better time, and then dropping IMSA. I'm not the one up here that's ever rah-rah for IMSA by any means, but it's looking like there might be a better future than you had, potentially, sometimes doing stuff, so my hopeful meter is gone from completely negative to slightly, negative, but I think it's getting better, so I hope that was improved to pass along. Did we recently paint park benches over Duffner, or am I just crazy? And
That is what I'm
the red benches? I mean, it looked great, we were by there, they made the sun was right. Okay, never mind, don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, so I can. Parking ordinances, what did we ever do on, I know we changed that ordinance. Ours is, I've been hearing a lot of stories about cities dropping their parking ordinances and just letting developers kind of feel out what they need instead of having massive parking lots that are empty 360 days a year kind of thing. I think we've done something similar to that in the past, you know?
If I'm remembering correctly, I have to go double check and see what we actually did, but if I'm remembering correctly, we reduced our parking maximums significantly for most categories.
That's right.
I'm sorry, we reduced our parking minimums and implemented parking maximums.
Yeah, okay. So we did, we had to reverse engineer that and then, okay. It's showing very positive effects. So the village is ahead of the curve. Look at us, guys. We did something. Two last notes on the lighter side. I did see Mayor Holtby for the arena election, and I assured him that if it failed, the village would do everything to get the Thunder. Sadly, we do not have to put together an incentive package, but I told him I was fully ready to do that, and you better watch out. Those guys can laugh out of that thought. So, but happy to see Oklahoma City do that. It'll be good for the village. That's good.
While we're at it, let's try to, Jerry brought this idea, we need to make that, like after part of the village, then we can have a neighbor group.
Weren't you mayor when we annexed part of Britain Road that we never had? I mean, you've got a history of just land grabbing. Go do it. Get him up here as mayor. You're not doing anything. Anyway, so.
The land grab in 2000.
That is really all I have. Thank you guys again. Stay anywhere here, I'm not running again. This is my final semester at sea here with the council.
Behave yourself.
I'm signing up for your walking group, so you guys are getting a +1. So, and Stan was, you were in my seat, filling in for Jerry, I think, when I came on.
Ward 3.
Yeah, Ward 3.
Well, no, he did Ward 3, but you had 5 too, I think. It wasn't. Did you
Ward
not?
3.
It's
Been
said
there
it.
for 50 years.
Okay. Well, you were one of my mentors.
Now I'm in Ward 4.
Yeah, well, Ward 5, you're gonna have an open seat with a heck of a guy running over here if you wanna get back in, just move on in. So anyway, that's all I've got, appreciate you.
Jeff, you had something to add?
I don't really have anything for the group, really, so.
Okay.
We're
We're glad to see you and see what you made it through Christmas and the New Year. And I was not gonna miss you. I know
Okay,
I'm
good.
saving you to last.
Good, because I thought I was going to interrupt.
No way. Never skip you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Joyce and I want to thank you all for allowing us to help with the village Christmas party. We thought it was really nice, and we got to see people in a different light and in their uniforms and stuff. And we really had a good time, and we'll do it again if you'll call on us if you so desire. But we just thought it was really nice, and it was a nice party to conduct, and we appreciate that opportunity. We drove around and checked out the lights, the Christmas lights, and I don't know, did y'all come up with a consensus of who's winning or who won? I know they did that poll on Facebook, that one house, I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah.
But
I just kept putting really nice ones up.
you did, and I appreciate when you do,
Some
put the
people
stuff
yell
out
at me
there.
for missing their house. No good deed goes up.
Well, we
Sean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna bring cupcakes, bring them for everybody.
Well, we were impressed with how many houses were decorated. I mean, it's probably the most I've seen in years.
There were a lot.
Our block, the first time I've ever seen.
But it was very impressive. And then we really liked, loves the way they did the red and white on their trees, and then came down to the village crossings, and it's nicely done too. And Cassie Square does a good job, but we just noticed down Penn, it's just very appealing, so we like that. And I didn't know if y'all were gonna recognize anybody from the lights like we did last year or not.
We really did not have an overwhelming response on our Facebook page submissions, and 3 of the plaques from last year were never.
Okay, well, and
I delivered mine in my word, I just.
okay, I just wondered how it worked out, because they did have a poll on and somebody gave out prizes, and I don't,
That was a realtor.
yeah,
It was a
I was
realtor.
impressed. I mean, it's like $150.
Yeah, I think she kind of did that for us, which was great.
Well, yeah. And one thing, Caden for his good work is the dog catcher or the animal control. On this issue. And I didn't realize until, Tyler, our new guy, is, the nephew of Donnie Gilmore, who's in the works, in the sewer, is that a sewage thing? I didn't realize that was his nephew, but, so, and we did talk to him when he came in at the, party, and we said, we want you to keep plugging the animals that are, running around and stuff. And it seems that he's already started that, which is good, so we were pleased with that. I have a question about the parking, and you already marked the parking spots up here on Manchester. How come we didn't go sideways when you pull in? I just know how I drive. I mean, the parallel, in front of the vineyard, you have to parallel park. I just wondered how come we didn't do the kind where you just pull in? Just out of curiosity.
Ask the traffic engineers, yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
who is the traffic engineer?
Or the consulting
Like the
company.
project was designed,
Oh, wow.
parallel, you have a lot less accidents than one people do. You get less parking, but you have a lot less.
Okay, I just wondered why okay, that was my question. And then, there is, whatever, when cars go over a thing and it tells how many cars go over that, is that through traffic control? Is that who puts those out?
That's a counter, isn't it?
If it's just traffic cameras out, I don't think we have any. What do you want to count?
Oh, no, I
It's
just,
just
there's
traffic.
one on Hidden Village that went on the exit, not on the entrance, but the exit. And, it's been there a couple of weeks, I was just curious to know,
It could be the HOA over there doing it.
Okay, I just wondered, I didn't know.
That's how that's.
Okay. Answer my
Probably just
question.
an engineering study.
Yeah.
See, it's probably an engineering study to see how much traffic's going down the street.
Okay, okay,
That'd be my guess.
okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
No, I refuse to let you quit.
And I can ramble all night and y'all say, oh,
You need a
We
vlog.
thank you. By the way,
You need a vlog on YouTube and you can go as long as you want.
no, I don't know.
we, again, thank you guys for participating in Lloyd, get together for Christmas. It was awful nice to see you guys other than in the pew. So you did a great job at the door, and I did, what were y'all taking $5 bills for?
That was Joyce, that wasn't
I used to do it as a kid. Well, it worked, I guess it worked.
Well, she said it's parking. She's parking for herself. Kids behind the parking for the cars.
Okay, do we have anything else? Everybody feeling better?
Yes.
Sure.
Will there be any more play equipment installed at Johnson Park?
I think there's another phase over there.
We talked about it earlier, he's got to look it up.
Yeah.
I went over it with Kathy and she said, yes, they were gonna do some hammock stuff there. That was conversation of a few years ago.
I don't think,
But we're gonna look it up and see what is on the next disbursement essentially.
my understanding would be that even the second round of bonds that we didn't fully fund the $12 million we had slated for all the parks. I think I'm guessing, we're maybe halfway there, Dave, between bonds and just funding every year.
Yeah, we'll probably need to do an update on.
Yeah.
where we're at.
Wouldn't hurt.
So
So,
we'll do that, it's good.
okay.
Good idea. Kevin, guys,
I was saying during my campaign, I had people in that area saying, hey, can we get some equipment that's, of importance to kids over 5 years old? They said it's like, preschool kid, and that's all there is.
I think there's plans for more that, originally it was gonna be a skate park, and I remember what happened with that.
Yeah.
So I thought they changed some stuff to it.
Right.
Still didn't work out.
And I tell you, they missed out not doing the deal.
There are no parks out at Brickell Road.
That's
No,
not,
no,
We need to
that was
get parks out.
terrible. It's not on any stuff. Because after you see this other stuff, you just go.
All right, thanks for showing up, guys, we'll see you next time. Stanley, it's nice to see you.
Hey, one quick question, since everybody's sitting there.
Good, Andy.
I thought I came in with a note, and I don't have it over here. Somebody say-
not still.
What's going on, Stan?
They need parks south of Bridge Road. There are 0 parks south of Bridge Road.
Right, there's 7 parks